Am I recording? Sweet! Here we are. My name's Kel Thompson, and I am the producer, director, writer of The Terrible Adventure, and a friend of mine just went live to Facebook and reminded me that I was going to do some live updates here, and kind of inspired me to let you guys know what's going on with The Terrible Adventure, the producing the behind the scenes of a film, feature-length film, that has been, I don't know, somewhat of a lifelong dream to produce a feature film. And I even have a, I'm going through all the craziness of, first I've elected to put my kids into the film, or they've elected to make them a film. I don't know which one. They kind of drug me into it, because I certainly didn't ask them to do it. In fact, I tried not to do it, and they kept asking me to go ahead and do it. So that's where we're at right now. Is but I wanted to do it over the summer, but writing took longer than anticipated, and everything kept getting pushed back. Now we're 2 weeks into the school year. Now we're going through trials and tribulations of getting settled into school, making sure everything's up and running. I'm 2 years divorced, so I've got all that going on as well when you're juggling kids between households. And I've kind of put a lot of my regular production work on hold to pursue this sort of a dream of doing a feature film. And of course I named it The Terrible Adventure. So anytime something goes wrong, everyone's like, is it really called The Terrible Adventure? And let me tell you, it's gone wrong. Okay, there's been plenty. This has gone, like, I bought a truck, I bought an ice cream truck from Get Down, Bama, and it died. It wouldn't start. The first time, I overpaid for it. I paid a lot. One day I'll tell you guys what I paid. I paid plenty of money for it because it had been gone through by everyone. The mechanic, they had been to a mechanic that day, and he was like, this truck you will have no problems with. And then the owner that was selling it to me said, we've replaced the engine, transmission, you're not going to have any problems, everything's new or rebuilt in this case, and so you won't have any problems. So I said, okay, great. I talked to the agency that was, they're an intermediary. I'm trying not to name them because I've already had some issues with them. But they're like, you're not going to have any problem with this truck. Okay, great. 3 hours down the road, I'm like, I never checked the headlights on my test drive. Maybe I should check it. I'm going to turn it over and it won't start. Nothing. Well, it tries, but it dies. It tries, it dies, it tries, it dies. And I'm like, oh my God, biggest meltdown probably of my life, where I'm like, I've made a gigantic, colossal mistake and bought a lemon, which basically is accurate. I had it on a trailer anyways to keep the miles off it. I wanted to preserve it for The Terrible Adventure in the event that we might have some problems with it. Like any car. So anyways, I trailered it back to Boca Raton, got it to a mechanic. After stopping at one Firestone, then another Firestone, they recommended these guys because they knew how to work on older cars, classic cars, and things of that nature. This is a 1974 G100 old mail truck that I way overpaid for. It has a straight six, either a F300, whatever, I don't know. I don't know engines. I need to learn 300 or 200. I've gotten different kinds of things in it, but anyway, it's pretty cool. But now I am trying to schedule and plan and look at calendars and logistics. I've got two actors that are awesome comedians, Santo Cortello, Ciro Dobrik, that are playing Iceman and Chili. They're two ice cream men that chase around two kids all over South Florida as they try to solve a puzzle and win $1 million prize. Contest put on by Billy Branson, which is similar to Richard Branson's sort of character. And yeah, so anyways, so I've got my neighbor that's going to redo graphics. If you haven't seen the truck, this is the truck right here. Pretty awesome. This is the ice cream truck. We are playing on the concept of ice cream trucks being, what they are. This one's a nicer one. It's family friendly, but it's an ice cream truck. It's old. I didn't bring my keys out because this is kind of impromptu. But now I'm looking at putting everything on hold in couple weeks, I think. One more week. Make sure I get it all together. I just want to show you guys what we're working with. This engine's so simple. It's so simple I could almost work on it. Almost. Not gonna. I was raised by a lawyer. I have no mechanical. I can turn screwdrivers and stuff, but that's kind of this is what we're looking at here. It's got check it out. Let's see if this is. Ice cream music. It's really cool. It's got like a little shelf that goes right here. We're gonna redo graphics back here, and that's the old El Ice Creamo Trucko that we are currently working with. So yeah, so basically, I run out of I'm working with a director of photography named Ricardo Valdez, and Carlos Valdez is my lighting director. And logistics is not my thing. I'm not great. I'm working on becoming awesome at logistics, because scheduling 2 kids with schools with extracurricular activities, and a lighting director and a director of photography, and we're filming from St. Augustine to Key West, and everywhere in between, Islamorada and everywhere. And so I'm trying to figure out what can be filmed where and when, and then that's kind of what, like, we want to film at the Castillo de San Marcos. I'm trying to really make sure we focus on having really cool locations, is kind of the goal. So that's why we're at the Castillo de San Marcos, the Florida Ridge Hang Gliding Park, and pirate ships down in Islamorada, and my house right here in Boca Raton, Florida. And that's kind of the overview. Just want to see, just for fun, let's see if this baby will crank up without too much. Yay, of course not. That's what happens when you don't start it for a couple days, I guess. Here we go. Oh my God, really? Oh, it's running. Took a second. So this is kind of what we're dealing with here. Let's see if it starts now on its own. Hadn't started in a couple days. There it goes. Oh boy. Just pray that this truck makes it through the next few months of filming. And I can resell it. Alright, so that's the update. So it's been nothing but some frustrations and trying to produce a feature-length film. And everyone says that the script's really good. We've gotten it reviewed by Ken Atchity, and Ken Atchity is an associate producer of The Meg, and he says that the script has tremendous potential, which is very exciting, except for I've already bought an ice cream truck. I need to buy a camera. We want to shoot it all to Netflix specs and make sure that it's all up to snuff, so that ideally we can sell it. But it's a monster. So yeah, anyways, that's it. I was inspired by somebody else's video, and Diana, I think Gordon, I don't know her last name. But anyways, I just wanted to update you guys. That's the update for the Terrible Adventure. Right now I'm looking at look, she just messaged me. I'm looking at We are looking at the 14th as of maybe September 14th. We're currently in August the 24th. So that gives me one more week to, we were thinking about starting in a week, but I think we're gonna go all the way to the 14th, which gives me another week. That gives me that gives me like almost 3 weeks, which I'm gonna need in order to get some of the components for my film. Like I got some coins that I'm making that say Planet Puzzler on them. I'm getting some graphics. The coins are the tokens that the kids find when they find clues. So that's what I'm thinking. Then we're up against some deadlines as far as other school. Lot to plan. That's all I'm saying. Lot to plan. Okay, that's my update. It's rambling. I hope the film takes off and goes worldwide, global, amazing, and people come back and they're like, hey, I want to watch an 11-minute video of Kel being stressed out and uncertain about dates and times and planning and logistics. And let's see how it all comes out and unfolds. Yay! Or does he sell the ice cream truck and bail out of the whole thing? Because it's always like a potential. Could go either way. Thanks for tuning in. Let's hope I get this thing done over the next couple months. Bye.